Hey all, Wild Weather here for LiveWeatherVlogs.com. Figure out to get a update in before I get to bed. A long day, exciting day at the Winter Weather Workshop. Had some fun there. Time flew, as always does when you talk about weather. But hey, that's why I love the weather. It's always changing and it's never the same from day to day. But in any case, here we go. Here comes the cold air. This is from HamWeather.com. You can clearly see 8 degrees below zero up here in northern North Dakota, 6 below right now in International Falls. This cold air is coming south. All of this warm air is going to be swept out of the way here in the next day or two. Yeah, so here's your cold air coming down. So get ready. If you liked today's warmth, it was a nice 51 degrees after the Winter Weather Workshop. Took the kids out to the park. Said I better get these kiddies out before the harsh weather comes and probably snow to go along with it. We'll go play in the snow next weekend, hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed for Friday. We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's go to the water vapor map, my favorite. Love pulling out the water vapor map to start talking about some of the changes that we'll be seeing, and this is also from hamweather.com. And the changes we'll be seeing, first off, is the return of much more January-like chill into the east. I'm not talking temperatures 40 degrees with normal highs are about 38, 39 now. I'm talking about temperature daytime highs in the middle 20s down in the Philadelphia region, the upper middle teens up in the Poconos, and maybe some below zero air up here in north of Allentown, and certainly up here in southeastern New York where you have a snowpack. I was talking to a gentleman next to me from the Hudson Valley. He's got a snowpack up there. With this cold air coming down, yeah, it's going to be below zero up here, probably with this next cold shock coming down. Also, another thing we talked about at the Winter Weather Workshop, and I also highlighted into my updated Winter Weather Outlook, which hasn't really changed my thinking that much, maybe shave off an inch here. But I still have that 15 to 24 or 17 to 26 inch range still possible for southeastern Pennsylvania here. Is it the southern branch of the jet stream, I think, is going to get more active, and you can already see we're starting to see evidence of that. Let me put this in motion again. You're starting to see the evidence that we have a few low pressure systems percolating along the subtropical jet here, and these are some of the things you need to get a larger winter storm in the mid-Atlantic. Something to keep an eye on, and certainly a wild card to get the heavier snows coming up here in later January into right through February. But one thing is for certain, one good thing is that the cold air is on its way, and typically in this part of the region, when the cold air comes, stays for a few days and doesn't just quickly pass by, a storm does need to come along to kind of interact with that cold and before it warms up again. So, and that may be the case come Friday, as a storm kind of comes down from Alberta here, Saskatchewan, comes down this route here, and then forms another low here, and then heads off in this fashion. So, a lot to look at in the next couple of days. Get ready and we'll see what happens, but let's take a look at the models. This is the OZGFS that just came in, and here is hour 144. This would be for Friday night, 8 o'clock at night. It's snowing in Philadelphia and it's tapering off a little bit north and west, and it's snowing to beat the band between Philadelphia and, say, Atlantic City. Might be having some precip issues in extreme South Jersey and extreme southern Delaware. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But, I mean, it's a decent storm. Certainly our best shot coming up of snow that we've seen this year, and when you calculate all the liquid here on the map from hours 129 through 147 or so, you're looking at a solid 4 to 8, 6 to 10 inch snowstorm for the Philadelphia region. Maybe slightly less further south and east due to the warming, but again, these are things this far out we don't even need to worry about, other than to say it. There's a chance of snow basically Friday region wide, even down for the short points. So, we'll watch it and see what happens. We'll see how the trends go. Right now, the GFS right here on this run looks an awful lot like the 2 p.m. Euro we had. Now, the only caution I have here is maybe perhaps this flow is a little bit too progressive for the highest impact potential of, say, 12 plus inch snowstorm. But then again, you week out, those things will come more into view, say about Monday night, maybe 12Z Tuesday. You can see there are still GFS still maybe catching up a little bit in terms of this confusion because you see sort of here and down here almost as if there's like two low pressure systems. We still kind of have that on the GFS this evening. Not quite as strong pronounced two low pressure systems as earlier, but they are there weak nonetheless here and here. I'm thinking we're still looking at one storm here, or is this a piece of energy trying to catch up to another storm that's outrunning it? Time will tell, but in my opinion, tonight it does appear that there is our first significant snow event region-wide. It's probably on tap for sometime Friday into Friday night, and it's a potential here, and it could be more depending on how all this comes together. So keep it here. This is for Friday night, and before we get to Friday night, we can talk about the NAM here. That takes the clipper and really tries to throw back some moisture. It's right here in eastern Pennsylvania, northeastern Maryland, northern Delaware, and western central New Jersey, up just about to New York City. That's a nice 1 to 3, 1 to 2 inch swath there of snow as the NAM wants to throw back some moisture from the departing low. It's always tricky on these on this back end snow, so we'll wait and see what happens. But um, you know, could be a little interesting taste of winter, snow globe effect type of um, before we get into the main deal come Friday. And once again, look over here. Here's your subtropical jet, and you always want to look down towards southwest of California to see what's going on out here. Just keep your eyes out here off and on in the next couple of days to few weeks as we ramp into February and get some of this added moisture with this latent heat coming out and then re-energizing storms along the East Coast. It's when you get this energy here along with the northern stream energy where you get your 12 plus, even your 15 plus inch snowstorms along the East Coast. All right, that's all gonna do it for me tonight. Again, it was great seeing everybody at the Winter Weather Workshop. Rob, Mike, and Steve DiMartino, Andrew Fleck, and Steve Hallett. Nice job, Tracy, everybody on the team. It was a great time. Totally recommend next time you go to a Winter Weather Workshop and you go check this out. Come and maybe we have another one in spring. Good luck to all the snowplow operators I saw there tonight. All great people, and hopefully we can get some snow for you here coming up next week or two. That's all it's going to do for me. This is live. Excuse me. This is Wow Weather for LiveWeatherBlogs.com. As you can tell, I am tired. Have a great night, and being tired is great.